Hey there, everyone. I'm the host of Expat podcast, Marco Couvet, and this is a short clip extracted from a longer interview that I did with Pamela Zanelle, South African who moved to Switzerland, and how she dealt with mental health during this transition to a new life. Things I, for example, never took medication, for example,
Yeah.
because every case it's different, everyone it's different, and every situation it's
Mm,
absolutely different.
mm,
So that's why it's so important that you seek for this professional help, because that
yeah,
will
yeah,
establish in which point you are and what to do.
yeah.
um, you also talk about writing down. I think this is something I never did it because I'm a horrible writer. uh, Actually, I did record some stuff. That's true. Like I was more
Yeah.
like boys recording things, but I know a
Hmm.
lot of
Hmm.
people who
Which is
they
good. Yeah.
found help by, I don't know, having a diary or like writing how you feel every day
Hmm.
regularly and stuff like this. That's the tools are there, I think. Like, and even I don't know. I wanted to ask you this also. How it what is the biggest difference like between like if you're having mental health problems, the support that you can have in South Africa versus you having it in Switzerland, for example, in another place? Did it change a lot, like how you would solve this? And for sure, no, I suppose.
I I will tell you now that from the onset, especially because now I had to deal with insurance and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
which for me was already mind blowing. So when I called in sick, so now because it was kind of indefinite, they
Mm-hmm.
knew it was going to be prolonged. So insurance had to take over paying my salary.
Okay.
So they also have that. So it was the company's insurance
Yeah.
that took over and did that. So they were paying my salary, provided that I produce a doctor's note to say that I'm off sick. And after 3 months, that is when we cut ties with the company, but the insurance was still paying me.
Okay.
And soon after that, I decided, like, after going to therapy and all of that, I felt like speaking with my psychologist, with my psychiatrist as well, that it's okay to kind of start reintegrating, because there's also another program, like it's a state owned thing, it's a state
Mm-hmm.
program, a government program, where they will contact you if they see that you've been sick for prolonged
Mm-hmm.
periods, and they will get in touch with you and try to understand your problem and all of that, and then they assess. So they will either try to, like, if it's, for me it was like a mental health, it was not physical. So with mental health, obviously it's touch and go, right? So they try to get you into programs to help you reintegrate into the workplace,
Okay.
and it's fully funded by them, they pay you.
Okay.
So I didn't have to worry about the financial
Part of it.
aspect of
Yeah.
it, because the health insurance was also paying for all my consultations with a psychologist, with a psychiatrist, for my medication and all of that. So that program led me to, they got me a job coach,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's a personal, it's a different entity. So this job coach is being paid for by the government to help me, reintegrate, look for jobs. Even this German course that I'm in is paid for by the state,
Nice.
you know. So it's really just such a seamless process. When I explain this to someone from South Africa, they're like, "What?" Because I remember there's certain jobs that I left, although it was not, I didn't identify it as uh, an illness
Mm-hmm.
or a health concern, but I just felt like, I don't need this, I'm leaving this job. And you were out on your own, you were out to be your own. I have friends that have lost their jobs because they were depressed and there was no support.
Yeah.
So that is what makes it different, being here and being there, because they have structures in place that fully support. Like, I always joke around and say Switzerland doesn't allow you to be poor because there's just always something. There's always someone you can go to and say, "Hey, look, I'm in trouble. I can't," and they go all in. So I got a lot of support from the insurance. The lady at insurance, she called me every time, "Hope you're fine. I'm sorry about what you went through. Please don't forget to send in your medical note so we can pay you." When I went to the government place for, they call it a handicap, they were also very supportive, trying to understand my situation and all of that. So that also is the difference, because I feel like in South Africa you have to fight for your money.
Yeah.
They're very good at taking your money, like when you make your contribution to health insurance and all of that, but when it's time for them to pay you back, it's an issue. Whereas here it's smooth sailing. I've never had to call anyone and say, "Hey, where's my money?"
That's nice. That's very cool. I mean,
So
that there
that's
is a
that's the difference. So
system.
I feel, yeah, exactly. It's a swift system, and I feel like it also helps with my mental health as well, because that aspect I don't have to worry about.
100%. I mean,
Yeah,
if on top of being depressed or having anxiety or everything, you need to be dealing with bureaucracy, it's the same as having a work.
yeah,
And that's
sure.
if that was the thing that triggered, like in your case, and in your case even worse. If there was moving involved and racism and everything,
Mm,
it's it's good that you have a system that takes care of you afterwards. That's for sure. Like, just,
absolutely,
I don't know. I mean, it's,
absolutely.
I don't know how people can treat others like that. I never will understand people who are assholes to their colleagues. You can
It's
have bad days and bad situations at work and having tension moments. Work is work. I understand it,
Yeah,
but when it comes to your colleagues, treat them with dignity, because at the end they're just colleagues. That's
exactly.
it.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't matter their race, their age, their whatever. It's just like, man, why this kind of shit still exists? It's ridiculous. Because if you're a
it's
person who suffers about anxiety or depression, that's just adding on top of your mountain. It's
mm,
adding into your backpack. I don't know. Be kind to people. You don't know what they are passing through. So
always. And the most messed up thing was the fact that the ringleader in this whole situation was a South African woman.
oh shit.
It
Okay.
was a white South African woman.
Great.
So, that's why I always say my experience is different, because I I've never experienced racism, direct racism from a Swiss person. It's always non-Swiss people. So, I guess it is how it is. Maybe she expected me to treat her like my master or something,
Okay. And
and she forgot that things have changed. So, yeah.
good. Get a Star Wars movie for that if you want. I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
But I'm actually grateful it happened as well. Like, obviously I'm saying it now because I'm in a better place now. I'm grateful it happened because it helped me go back and just go back to my past, my upbringing and everything, and address that, because I was triggered by certain things that had been happening in the office because of my post traumatic stress disorder.
If you liked this short video out of the full episode, you can find the link to it around here and in the description below. Of course, if you are also interested in checking out other episodes, please subscribe and like.